हम इतनी और चाह रहा कि गांव में पानी की नल की व्यवस्था होनी चाहिए, टंकी होनी चाहिए, स्कूल में बच्चा बच्ची के लिए पानी की सुविधा होनी चाहिए, तो और बच्चा बच्ची की उम्मीद भी बढ़ सके और हमारी भी बढ़ सके।
गांव में सड़कों बनाना और ये कहीं तो पटाव होना और गलियों में साफ सफाई, हमारे धूल में उनगाड़ी गली में धूल हो रही है, वो पटाव होना चाहिए उनगाड़ी।
शौचालय की बहुत समस्या है क्योंकि आसपास जगह बची नहीं, सब अतिक्रमण में हो गई है। और स्कूल के बाउंड्री के जो स्कूल की बाउंड्री है उसके आसपास जो कचरा डला हुआ है रोडिया ये हटवाना चाहिए। इसके बारे में भी हमने कलेक्टर साहब को बताया, अभी तक उनने कुछ भी नहीं करा।
Strengthening decentralized governance from the ground up is the key theme in bringing about change in the lives of people. Creating strong, democratic subnational governments forms a powerful base for successful planning and implementation of economic development programs in any country.
Once we start consulting communities and local stakeholders, the resource allocation will be more efficient as it will be as per the needs of the local people. The second important aspect will be that once these needs are identified, these needs will be prioritized by the communities themselves.
The decentralized planning process focuses on creating responsive local governments that engage with empowered communities to ensure accountable, transparent, and efficient use of public funds and the delivery of local services. Community participation is encouraged in the overall development process. This includes the preparation and implementation of plans while keeping gender equity in mind. In the 9th Five-Year Plan, democratic decentralization was given a boost with the enactment of the historic 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments. These amendments enumerate the path to rejuvenate and empower the Panchayati Raj institutions and urban local bodies. Today, the state of Madhya Pradesh understands that the structures of local governance need to be further empowered to improve its development indexes.
So far in government system, the allocation of resources has been scheme-wise. And at times this has led to process that some areas get more attention than the other ones. When we adopt this process, for the first time it makes resource allocation dovetail to the regions actually. That which region will get how much resource is specified by this process, and that is why the balanced area development approach also is taken care of by adopting this decentralized process.
Rajgarh is regarded as UNDP's focus district for decentralization planning in Madhya Pradesh. The Rajgarh district has 7 tehsils, 6 blocks or Janpad Panchayats, 1,752 revenue villages and 2 forest villages covering an area of 6,154 square kilometers. It is largely recognized as an agrarian district.
पिछले वर्ष 5,000 के लगभग गतिविधियां जो हैं सामने आईं कि जिसके लिए पूरे ज़िले में लोगों को कहना था कि इन गतिविधियों को हम पहले शामिल करें, जो कि हमारे गांव की प्राथमिक आवश्यकताएं हैं। उदाहरण के लिए जैसे किसी गांव में आंगनवाड़ी भवन की पहले आवश्यकता है, किसी गांव में सामुदायिक शौचालय की पहले आवश्यकता है, किसी गांव में स्कूल भवन की पहले आवश्यकता है। तो ये जो नियोजन की प्रक्रिया है, विकेंद्रीकरण नियोजन की प्रक्रिया है, ये चूँकि जब गांव वाले अपनी ओर से आगे आकर के कोई आवश्यकता बताते हैं तो उनको ये लगता है कि जैसे उनकी कही हुई बात सुनी गई है।
The decentralized district planning process is divided into 5 clear steps. Step 1. Orientation of members of the District Planning Committee on key aspects of decentralized district planning as well as the role of District Planning Committee (DPC). Organization of stock taking and visioning workshop for the District Planning Committee members and articulation of vision for the district. Orientation sessions for members of the Janpad Panchayat, urban local bodies and Gram Panchayats and district line departments on district planning and stock taking. Step 2. Constitution of District Planning Group (DPG) supported by Technical Support Institution (TSI) and District Planning Office. District Planning Group conducts discussions and orientations with civil society groups, local media, students and local industrial units to form Technical Support Groups (TSG). District Planning Group further constitutes block planning groups which develop a planning unit-wise calendar for technical support groups activities. Step 3. Conducting capacity building of district master trainers, training programs for technical support groups and elected representatives. Step 4. Technical support groups visit Gram Panchayats and wards to collect primary data and create awareness on the planning process as well as on the district vision. Interactions are held with various groups of citizens, especially marginalized groups and women, to understand their needs. Facilitation of a Gram or Ward Sabha, urban local bodies, meeting to structure the vision of the planning unit and prioritization of needs identified. District Planning Office collates primary data collected by technical support groups and shares relevant data with district line departments. Unit plans are prepared on the basis of these data and approved by Gram Sabha or the Ward Sabha. Step 5. Post the receipt of Gram or Ward Sabha or urban local bodies approved plans, the block plan is prepared by the block planning group's support team, which is submitted for approval of the district planning groups. At the block level, all relevant data related to the plans is keyed in the customized planning software or Plan Plus as appropriate. Step 6. District Planning Group reviews and approves all block plans and shares these block plans with district line departments for their response. District Planning Committee constitutes outcome committees comprising of members of District Planning Committee or Zilla Panchayat subcommittees and district heads of relevant converging line departments for discussion on the block plan. District Planning Group presents the district perspective plan and annual plan District Planning Committee for their comments and approval. District Planning Committee approves the plan and forwards it to the State Planning Commission for approval. In a decentralized structure, a Gram Sabha represents the primary democratic unit at the village level.
हमारा ज़िला बहुत पिछड़िया हुआ है, तो अभी महिलाओं पहला गांव में योजना बनाती है, इसलिए फिर शहर यहाँ ज़िला में भी आने लगी, तो काम गति से होने लगी है। भाई बहन बाहर निकलने लगी है, अभी पहला नहीं निकलती थी।
At the first level is the Gram Panchayat, the executive and financial authority for the Gram Sabha. At the intermediate level is the Janpad Panchayat, which assists in the coordination of activities that require the services of government officials.
ग्राम पंचायत के लेवल पर चीज़ें आ जाती हैं तो जनपद के लेवल पर हम उसकी समीक्षा करते हैं, और जो जनपद पंचायत है उस पर जो जनपद के सदस्य होते हैं, तकरीबन 4 से 5 पंचायतों के समूह पर हमारा एक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव होता है, हमारा प्रतिनिधि होता है, तो हम उस बैठक में वहाँ से आई हुई डिमांड को फिर से हम एक बार एनालाइज करते हैं, उसको फिर से विश्लेषण करते हैं और उसमें जो कुछ भी चीज़ें जोड़नी और घटानी होती हैं हम यहाँ पे तैयार करके फिर आगे ऊपर के स्तर पर भेजते हैं।
At the third level is the Zilla Panchayat, which prepares annual development plans and ensures their implementation. This committee also has the power to approve district projects that come under a certain financial limit.
Zilla Panchayat is basically the culmination of the panchayat level planning at the district level and getting the entire thing into execution. From the Zilla Panchayat, the directions and the execution processes get forwarded to the Janpad level and further to the Gram Panchayat level.
The decentralized system also comprises of multiple municipal bodies which acts as agents of the state government. These urban local bodies are a crucial part in the district planning process. The creation of a decentralized plan begins with the understanding of the needs of the village community members. Demands by community members are recorded by technical support groups or TSGs. These demands could be related to an improvement in their standard of living, increased literacy, employment, women's empowerment, or better health.
डिलीवरी केस घर में नहीं करवाना, घर में करवाने से बच्चों को माता को बीमारी हो सकती है.
Transportation and irrigation. The following is the work plan for the technical support groups. Awareness creation on the planning process and a vision for the district. Identification of marginalized communities. Validation of the baseline. Interactions with various groups of citizens to understand their needs. Separate meetings to be organized with the marginalized, women, differently abled, youth, and the old. Facilitation of a Gram or Ward Sabha, urban local bodies meeting to structure the vision of the planning unit. Prioritization of identified needs. Facilitation of Gram or Ward Sabha, urban local bodies meeting to present the unit plan as approved by the district planning group or block planning groups. The plan to be approved by the Gram or Ward Sabha or urban local bodies. Provision of a copy of the district planning committee approved planning unit plan to the Gram or Ward Sabha or urban local bodies.
गांव वाले क्या है कि पहले जो इसमें तकनीकी दल से ये हुआ कि उनके जो पूर्व में काम जो उनने बताए थे वो उनका काम हो गया. कुछ तो उनको ये होता है कि हमारा काम जो हमने बताया था वो काम हुआ, इस कारण वो इससे जुड़े और जुड़ने के बाद उनको ये भी लगा कि ये दल आते हैं और इनको साथ देना चाहिए. जो हम आज बताएंगे वो काम पुनः होगा.
Based on the accumulated data, the Village Development Committee, the Sarpanch and community members discuss and prepare a village plan. Individual village plans are then combined to create a Gram Panchayat plan, which is then submitted to the Gram Sabha for approval. Next, a block level plan is prepared by the block level TSGs. All block plans are then compiled using the custom designed Madhya Pradesh planning software. Finally, the District Planning Committee consolidates all rural and urban plans at the district level with the help of a district level TSG. Substantial resources from the central and state government's flagship schemes are required to be funneled into the village level.
This is in a way a comprehensive plan document which we call integrated district plan, in which the resources come from different sources. And because we are following a basic process of consultation, which our flagship programs also demand, so in that way our process is also catering to the formation of flagship scheme program projects.
This is achieved through creating convergent district plans that integrate resources from flagship programs along with district level plans. Despite facing numerous challenges, decentralized district planning has had substantial impact in Madhya Pradesh, largely due to the constant support of UN agencies, whose initiatives facilitated the process of strengthening Gram Panchayats at the village level.
ग्राउंड लेवल पे जो पार्टिसिपेशन होता है वो काफ़ी कम है। अभी भी क्या होता है, ग्राम सभा हम जानते हैं काफ़ी कम लेवल पे रेगुलराइज हो पाती है, तो रेगुलराइज नहीं हो पाती, उसके लिए हम लोगों को तैयार करना पड़ता है, पंचायत लेवल पे तैयार करना पड़ता है, रेगुलर उन लोगों के बीच बैठना पड़ता है। जब उनके बीच में एक फेथ बनता है, विश्वास बनता है, तब वो हमारी बात सुनते हैं और बात सुनने के बाद फिर वो ग्राम सभा में आना शुरू करते हैं। जब ग्राम सभा में भी जब आते हैं, जब उनकी ग्राम सभा में उनकी कुछ काम पूरे हों, खासतौर से जब हम गाँव में काम करते थे तो महिलाओं की भागीदारी पहले काफ़ी कम थी, वो बढ़ गई है, ग्राम सभा में लोग आने लगे हैं हम, तो थोड़ा सा चेंज तो आया, धीरे धीरे आ रहा है, कम हुआ है।
A public information center has also been set up by UNDP that helps with dispensing information about various central and state government schemes. UNDP has also been instrumental in providing a supporting role in the formation of Rajgarh's gender sub-plan.
राजगढ़ में जो यूएन एजेंसीज हैं उनका काम करने का तरीका बहुत ही अच्छा है और ज़िला प्रशासन से कोऑर्डिनेट करके काम करते हैं। सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि अपना इनका अलग से ऐसा नहीं है कि अलग चल रहे हैं। ज़िला प्रशासन की एजेंसियाँ जैसे जिला पंचायत है, जनपद पंचायत है, सरपंच है, वो अलग चल रहे हैं, इनका अलग है, ऐसा नहीं है। तो राजगढ़ ज़िले के लिए जहाँ तक मेरा अनुभव है, एक्सपीरियंस है, यूएन एजेंसीज़ का बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंस है और ये हमको हर चीज़ में पूरा सहयोग, पूरा योगदान रहता है।
Implementation of decentralized governance has faced many challenges. Initially, the participation of people was low due to lack of understanding and awareness of the concept.
The kind of capacities and the capabilities of the people is quite varied. Rajgarh in particular has a nature of a little being backward, more backward, and the quality, the standard of education, it's still to come up. Even there are certain social practices which are prevalent in Rajgarh. So all these things we have to deal with before we get the things into proper place.
However, the gap was bridged successfully by the TSGs, who were responsible for facilitating the planning process at the village and block level. Political lobbying also marred the reliability of the process by sanctioning certain projects which were not always based on actual community demands. Over the years, decentralized district planning has brought about a perceptible change in the minds of people and the officials. It has also institutionalized the process of giving people a voice in matters of administration relevant to them, providing them with a democratic forum.
गांव में हमारे इधर रोड से यहाँ तक पटाव नहीं था, तो अभी और बाकी रह गया पेलंग, पर ये इतना गांव में गली में पटाव हो गया, मतलब हमने पटाव की भी बोली थी। और गांव में जैसे स्कूल में कम टीचर था और स्कूल छोटी थी, तो स्कूल भी बड़ी बन चुकी अभी।
सर हम गरीब आदमी हैं, बड़े पैसे लगा के नहीं पढ़ा सकते हम। हमारे बच्चे को हम जैसे सरकार गवर्नमेंट तनख्वाह दे रही, तो इसी स्कूल में पढ़ाए, हमारा बच्चे का भविष्य यही बने।
Many development projects have been undertaken at the Hirankheda village through active participation of its residents in the planning process. A boundary wall has been built around the school for safety and security of the children. A fully functional Anganwadi center is in place, and a new building for the Panchayat office has also been erected. There are many milestones still to be achieved. Some of the immediate goals in sight are moving towards a poverty-free district, providing clean drinking water to every household of the district, reduction in the infant mortality rate of the district. Despite the challenges that are inherent in the implementation process, decentralized district planning has proven to be a powerful tool to ensure inclusive growth.